So we are near topic Sports Hub. Is $50 million for 6 courts at the Sports Hub a rip-off? Karen Bullock. There's an original comment with that, some things in there that I can't repeat on film. I wouldn't use the term rip-off, I would have used the term fairly well gold-plated in all the parts of the process. I'm not allowed to use the term rip-off. Should the Sports Hub contracts be put on hold until a new council is elected? Howard Reid. I'm not sure any have been let lately. Actually, we're still working through the final design and it has to come back. It may get back before the new council. I have no control over that now. I'm basically in a position where our power is to vote on what comes before us. I have no control on what comes before us at the moment. Stadium again. Do you support the stadium project and the burden it puts on ratepayers? Grant Bosler. I have done. I've seen that there is a need in the community. I question the cost being the right number. We should do things that we can afford to do when we can afford to do them, but that doesn't mean to say we stop doing everything. 50 million, it's a lot of money, isn't it? Even though I voted for it on the day, the vote was already lost by the time it came around to the council to me, so I stayed inside the camp to keep an eye on things, otherwise I would have been pushed out again. There's an opportunity coming up for us to say, have we got this right? Again, I'll need a new council to want to question that, but we need to have a real discussion about whether it's 35 or 40 or 50 or 20. I can't make that decision on my own. That'll be a collective council decision. Good morning. Kicking off Monday's Q&A session. There's going to be some here that we're gone through from last week's list of questions that have come up on various social media avenues, and there's going to be some live stream peppered in as they come through this morning. So we'll start off now with a topic that seems to still be quite forefront in everybody's mind, the Sports Hub. And there are 6 questions here this week. I'll just sort of try and cover them all off in one big rolling answer. The questions are: will the Sports Hub go over budget? Has a contractor been appointed for the Sports Hub? Is the Sports Hub only for basketball? Is New Plymouth Boys High School subsidising the cost of the Sports Hub? Is there a better location for the Sports Hub? And should the Sports Hub project be put on hold until the basics are sorted? So, fairly common theme. Will it go over budget? Not if I have anything to do with it. A contractor, it's got some work happening there at the moment, and the main contract for the building hasn't yet been finalised, but I believe it will be before we get a new council. Yes, it is only for basketball. Also some other indoor court facilities. I think there's some box fit possibly. Look, I can't speak for all the other sports that are wanting to go in there at the moment. I think they're still going through the negotiation process about the costs. New Plymouth Boys High School subsidising the cost of it, only probably through some of the usage fees. There'll be a court time cost, but not the capital outlay. And a location for the Sports Hub. Yeah, there probably is a better location, but not one that suits everybody. I would have preferred to see maybe Waiwakaio on that land out there, but we didn't own that. So everything comes at a cost wherever you put it, and as it should be put on hold until the basics are sorted out. Actually, the basics aren't too bad in town. The water's not falling apart. The roading's sort of getting tidied up around the place. It's come at an increased cost for a few things where the government have changed the funding pool around. Yeah, the Sports Hub needs to progress, maybe not at $51 million. And we just need to make sure we get it delivered, and we need to bring it in under cost for a change. That'd be a nice change if we could keep the contingency funding outside of the target range of money of $50 million.